Thank you for tapping in. It's Sunday. This was not planned, and this was kind of like a last minute thing that I decided to do. And whether people come in or people don't come in, I guess if nobody comes in, it's not really a live. I did the live anyway, but I guess if nobody shows up, it's not a live. I guess it's more so of a recording. But whether y'all come in and join or not, like a few conversations were being had, and that's what us content creators do. In different groups in this space, we have conversations, things come up, various thoughts, opinions, ideas, and things like that. What's going on, James? What's going on? um Things like that come up all the time. And one major thing with content creators, and I can't speak for all of them, but I know, as far as the group of content creators I know, or individual content creators I know, one thing that comes up is what you all really want from us. Because on one hand, you have like the people that watch you and follow you and are loyal, and they get where you're coming from. They enjoy the content that you put out. And even if it's not the best content they've seen you do, they take value in what it is they're watching. What's going on, Marcus? Hey, what's going on, man? Glad to see you here. But for the most part, the ones that are true watchers and viewers of you, they, enjoy the content. Then you have those that are there for other reasons. They kind of see something they might think they're going to enjoy, and they subscribe to what you're doing, and it kind of takes them a little bit of time to get comfortable with you and all of that, and they're not too sure about the type of individual you are, but they just, for whatever reason, decided they want to watch your content. Then you have the individuals that subscribe to you, and they've subscribed to you for the very wrong reasons, and they just, for whatever reason, they don't care. They don't care. They're just there to either be negative or to wait till you mess up just so they can just like talk crap about you. But again, people are, watching you and subscribe to you for whatever reason. And the individuals that are there for the wrong reason, they sit there and they put your content under a fine microscope. And again, like I said, they look for every little thing that they can to like kind of blow it up and make you look the worst. Even though personally, I don't think nobody can make you look any type of way. It's kind of cut and dry with that. But then they slander you and tell you you're an awful content creator and it's not what they want to see and this and that. And then sometimes, you might have the thought process to appeal to what they're asking for. It might just be one person versus hundreds. But for whatever reason, we're kind of drawn to appeal to that individual. And before I can, hold on. Let's talk about what's on feet today. I got the Air Jordan 4 Reimagined Bread on feet today, man. I had to put them back on. Oh, what is that? Oh, man, they done got real dirty. But I had to put them back on. Super comfy, cozy, kind of like a house shoe. Better than a Yeezy slide. So, hey, Jamil Besant, what's going on, man? Thank you for coming through all the way from the UK. I greatly appreciate you. But yeah, I mean, you kind of go to appease that one individual that's just like super negative in the comment section or super negative wherever it is, and they're still not happy. So that's what I'm asking on the live today, because I can be one of those individuals sometimes where I feel like I'm doing my best or trying to put my best foot forward when it comes to creating content for you all and newcomers and things like that. And even when I feel like I'm putting my best foot forward, I still feel like I'm not doing the best possible job or, doing things up to par. Um So it's like, what do you all like to see from your content creators? This space in particular that I'm in, I'm talking about shoes and, up and coming releases and fit and things like that. And for a little bit, I get into like how to style them with outfits and things like that. So from my perspective, what is it that you all would like to see? Is it more shoes and help with what to look for when you're looking for a particular model or size or like what are they like in hand? Would you like to see or hear stock numbers and things like that? Now, for me, I'm not a huge content creator, so I don't get like a lot of influx of stock numbers and things like that. I got to get a whole lot bigger. So I try to get them, and then I try to bring as much information as far as stock numbers to you all as possible. Um, do y'all want to hear about resale? I know a lot of people in this space really, really hate resale, but from my perspective, resale is important because for the average consumer who might see a shoe or who might come across my channel or anybody else's channel and say, hey, that shoe is really interesting. I might want to take the time or invest my time to look at it and get it. Reselling is important because you need to know what you're up against. You need to know how possible or impossible that particular shoe might be to obtain, and that's kind of like where sizing and things come in as well. Because if you don't know how that particular shoe fits, you can't make the best informed decision about what size to go for if this might truly be your one and only shot. So, I mean, even the negatives play a positive role when it comes to trying to get a shoe that you're not familiar with. And it's not just Jordans. Jordans are not, that hard to get when you think about other companies like Saucony or New Balance. Like some of their biggest releases and biggest models are harder to get than Jordans. And hold on, let me read what you all have to say. Um, must be hard trying to, Jamil said, must be hard trying to create content that hasn't been created before. What's the most trainers in demand in the US? And that's a good point. It is extremely difficult to create something or do something that nobody's done before. It's almost like reinventing the wheel. You can't reinvent the wheel. You can only make slight changes and you know, tweaks here and there. And even then, those tweaks might not improve it. It'll just make it different, or you'll just be able to say it's different enough than the competitor. So yeah, it's extremely hard. At this point in any kind of content, the only difference that we can provide, to be honest with you all, is our own personalities. And basically, when it comes to content, you all either enjoy us as a person or you don't. You're not even really enjoying the thing that we're bringing to you or the shoe that we're bringing to you because you've seen it a million times already, whether it's a fake copy of it, whether it's a picture of it, whether it's a thumbnail of it, you've seen that shoe a million times. So honestly, nowadays, the only person that's bringing you to the content is the content creator. That's why I tell y'all, I appreciate y'all all the time for subscribing and for watching the videos because, to be honest, it's nothing new. Now, the biggest sneaker or trainer that's in the US right now is I would have to say Jordans are number two, but as far as the young crowd and the younger kids, it's high fashion. Shoes like what like Louis Vuitton and Off-white used to be a thing, but off-white is not that. It's not the same since Virgil died. Of course, rest in peace to Virgil. Um, Balenciagas, uh, just a whole lot of different things. Because in the States, money plays a huge factor in how we feel about ourselves and how we uh, gauge ourselves against the next. So, for whatever odd reason, as long as we feel like we can muster up there or we can stack up there and say, hey, look, you might have $1,000 shoes, but guess what? My shoes are at least 800 or something like that. For whatever reason, we're okay. That's why iPhone is incredibly huge and popular in the US, and people have like back and forth debates. It gets really ugly about iPhone and Androids, which ones are better and things like that. It's stupid, yes, but that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So um now let me ask you, what is the most popular trainer in the UK right now for you all? Because I know like Adidas is big in the European market. And runners are big, but what type of Adidas or runners or things like that are big in the UK? Um, Henry Lee said, we would like to see more varieties other than just Jordans and the hype shoes. And I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. When I first started this journey of doing shoe collecting and sneaker YouTube, I wanted to show more than just Jordans because I wanted to create an inclusive lane. I wanted my space to be inclusive. And what I found out was the quickest way to get into the space and be noticed was Jordans. Now I have Nike Air Maxes, I have Adidas, and like some of the runners and things like that, and other Nikes, they do well. They do a lot better than like Jordan videos, but they don't do as well. The Adidas, I found when I did like Adidas reviews, only one, and I think that was because it was backed by nostalgia. Only one video was met with what's the word I'm trying to get out there, was met with like a good feeling. But all of my other Adidas videos and things, like all of my other shoe brand videos and things like that, like they don't get much attention or respect. And I remember I pulled out like a shoe that nobody had ever heard of in a shoe battle, and I was basically laughed at. I was made fun of, and I think the video is still up, and you can go check it out. If I find it, I might link it. But I understand what you all are saying because Jordan is not the only shoe in the universe. Um, but it's really hard to be noticed if you're not talking about a Jordan. And like I said, other releases are extremely hard to get. And I don't know why, but they are. And like the resale is just as crazy as, trying to buy a Jordan. Like one of my favorite content creators is Old Man Sneakers. If y'all don't know who he is, check out his Instagram. He has a beautiful catalog and beautifully arranged setup of shoes that aren't Jordans. And I really respect him a lot. Good guy. I thank him for all of his, help in this space. And the collabs that he has, trying to get them here is impossible. He gets them because I believe he's in Australia and the access to it is easier. It's kind of like how Jordans are here. That's how like Saucony and New Balances are there. So he can get them. And trust me, I've tried. But yeah, again, it's just not that easy. It's, at least for me anyway. But I'm gonna try. I'm definitely gonna try for you all to get different shoes in here, give you my thoughts and opinions because I love other shoes. It's not just Jordans, and I don't want anybody to ever think that all I do is wear or like Jordans because I believe like just doing strictly Jordan content is kind of pigeonholing yourself and kind of like alienating anybody else on the outside, kind of alienating anybody else on the outside. And, you know, we're already alienated enough, man. We already alienate ourselves as it is, man. Um, how do you let go? Johanna Mangua said, give me the pass. Hey, I don't know what kind of pass you're looking for. I need you to be more specific about the pass. But I'm a person where I don't just say yes and I don't know what's going on. So let me know what kind of pass you're looking for, and maybe you can get that pass. How do you let go of toxic people? Said as Duo Bird. Um, I don't think you necessarily let go of toxic people, but when you just be yourself and you stay within your lane or your um your the way you move, if you just stay in the way you move and not necessarily stay to yourself because you know that's boring, but if you keep doing what you do, stay on the right path, toxic people will move away from you. You don't have to move away from them or get rid of them. It's almost like they say, um, what is that saying? I can't think of it, but yeah, just keep doing you. Do the right thing. If you do the right thing and the best thing for you, the crazy thing about this is you will have haters. Haters will be at your beck and call, left and right. And it might be annoying, but understand with that hate lets you know you're doing something right. So just keep pushing forward, man. Don't worry about toxic people. Let them do them. You do you. James Myers said, being a content creator is literally the toughest job I've ever had. And I believe it. It's got to be one of the toughest jobs in the world because we are literally trying to appeal and be perfect for every single individual that's watching us. And being perfect is impossible. And people watching content are unforgiving because they have their own views and opinions. And especially if their views and opinions don't agree with yours, oh boy, it's a nightmare. But yeah, I mean, content creating is definitely not for the lighthearted. Duo Bird, that's something I'd love to know. Um, Jamil, Air Force Ones hands down. You know, Air Force Ones used to be a huge thing here, especially when I was a little bit younger. I remember buying like Air Force Ones by the boatloads. I had like three mids and three lows at one time. So I'd have like six pairs of all white Air Force Ones because you know it's got to be the all whites fresh. They got to be fresh. When they start creasing real bad, or you start seeing that dirt start to stick to them, oh, it's a wrap. They gotta go. And it really depends. That's why, and I used to have like my you know, every other shoe that I would put on just so I could keep those whites as white as possible. But yeah, Air Force Ones, man, that's dope. That's dope to hear. But I like to rock my red bottoms. See, that's what I'm saying. High fashion. High fashion is the thing now. As uncomfortable and as unoriginal as high fashion shoes can be, people are loving them right now. I don't know if it's because high fashion has become extremely weird and people are so focused now more than ever on being different, and that helps to be different, especially when the price range is kind of almost unobtainable for the average individual, which is, I guess, it might be the perfect storm for high fashion. But yeah, I love some red bottoms. I can't fault you for that. Uh, Jamil said Jordans are cool, but we all mess with Air Force Ones. Yeah, 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 I don't know any person that will complain about a pair of Air Force Ones. Now, they might say uh, they are thick, chunky soles and they look like girl wed shoes or whatever. And the funny thing is I saw a post on Reddit where a guy said, I used to talk about Air Force Ones all the time and say, I don't understand how you could wear those chunky, big, ugly shoes. And he said, and then he put them on his feet and realized how comfortable they were. And he was like, now he's into Air Force Ones and he can understand. So sometimes it's a thing of you've got to try it before you dislike it. Like you got to try it before you hate it. Um, I don't know why I find this video so appealing. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's like that. I go down a rabbit hole on YouTube all the time when looking at just random videos, and it might be what I think is the dumbest thing ever. You might think this topic is dumb and useless and like mind numbing and a waste of your time. And I appreciate you for spending some of your time here with me right now. But hey, it's something about the individual and it's something about the topic, and it all just comes together and it just makes you interested in what's going on. So I I know how that feels, man. JVille says salute. Man, salute to you, JVille, man. Thank you for coming through, man. Just tapped in, man. I appreciate you. Devin M said, how much fours you got? Which fours are you talking about? Are you talking about the bread fours? If you're asking me about the bread fours, I've got at least like 4 or 5 pairs on hand. If you're asking me about fours in total, um, compared to some of my other silhouettes, I don't have as many. Um, my collection only starts back up in 2016. So from 2016, I picked up, like, they didn't release a lot of fours, but some that I can, rattle off top would be the What the Jordan fours, the Lightning and Thunder fours. I have a pair of Bread Reimagined fours. I have a pair of 2018 Bread fours. I have a pair of University Blue fours. I have a pair of White Oreo fours. I have a pair of red cement fours. Actually, I have 2 pairs of red cement fours, and I'm trying to currently get rid of those now because I'm not a huge fan of those. What else? I know there's the military black fours. I can't forget about that. And I know there's a couple of other pairs of fours that I cannot remember, but yeah, I mean that's how many fours I have right about now. However many you counted from me rattling off that number. G Kicks said, yo, man, what's up, G Kicks? Man, glad to see you here. I appreciate you. James Meyer says, I have haters and I have people who support me. The ones who support help to calm the toxicity. And that's true. Sometimes your supporters can outweigh the toxic individuals, and the ones who really support you are the ones that you really do what you do for. And I mean, and for me though, I do it for the ones that support me, and I do it for the toxic people. Because even the toxic people who talk about how much they hate that one video or hate the one idea that you put out there, even those toxic people come back to your videos. It's like they can't help themselves. They might come off as toxic, and it might just be the way they express themselves. But even those individuals that we consider toxic, even they like you a little bit. Otherwise, they wouldn't have watched the entire video just to say something negative and toxic. So, I mean, hey, I support my toxic individuals. I love y'all, and I love my supporters. Thank you to everybody, man. It's it's equal feelings around here. JVO said facts to James Myers. Shoes Up Sleeves Down said, what's going on, people? What's up, Shoes Up Sleeves Down, man? Glad to see you here. I haven't spoken, man. We gotta talk at some point because it's been a while, man. It's been a while. Little Titan said, "Yo, what's up, Little Titan, man? Glad to see you, man. It's Sunday." And just like a little random impromptu live, asking the viewers, you all, what do you want to see more when it comes to us? When it comes to us content creators, what do you want to see more from us content creators? And then I'll touch on that just a little bit more. But what's good, my beloved brethren? Says Little Titan, man. What's good, Titan, man? Everything is good. Day before the work day, and we're trying to discuss, what y'all want to see from us content creators. Marcus Crowns Kick Steven said, "Hate is part of the game, unfortunately." Yeah, it's true. James Myers said, "Facts. I don't even let any of the haters get to me. If they could do what I do, then they'd have a channel. YouTube is free." Hey, I like that. That is so true. A lot of people who, in fact, decide that they want to be negative and there's a such thing as being negative in a constructive way, and then just being negative just to be negative and not bringing anything to the table. And to those who are negative but in a constructive way, I'm cool with that, because um without you all, how else will we know what we can improve on, or how else will we be pushed or motivated to grow and do something better? Because when we start this thing, we're already starting this thing looking to improve every single day because of the negative comments that we think we might get. We all try to improve so that even the most negative of persons won't have anything to say. But that will require us to be perfect, and there's no such thing as perfection. But for those who leave negative comments and are negative just to be negative, those are the same people that not necessarily wish that they could be us, but know that they can't do the things that we do, or know that they have not found the comfort to do the things that we do. So they project. They project whatever is going on in their day or whatever. But sometimes it doesn't even have any, it might not even have anything to do with you. They might just be having a bad day, and you might be the right person at the right time for them to just let their anger out or frustration out on. But hey, it is what it is. Bo Keezy. Oh, that's a dope name. I like that name. Bo Keezy said, "Stay blessed, brother. Keep grinding." I appreciate you. Thank you. I definitely will keep grinding. I don't I don't see myself stopping. I might take breaks every now and then. We all need focus or redirection breaks, or uh, remotivation breaks. But stopping, nah, not right now. Not in the near future. Um, there's a difference between criticism and negativity. Criticism helps to uh, edify, and negativity destroys. Exactly, exactly. And the only reason I put that out there, positive, constructive criticism, or constructive criticism, as they say, the only reason I put that out there is negative, is because depending on the individual, they might see that as negative. Not everybody sees criticism as positive. I know a lot of people um, that when you try to give them constructive criticism, they feel like you're always talking about them, or they feel like you might be talking about them, telling them that they're not good enough, when that's not what you're saying to them. You're just saying that here's something that you can improve on in order to make what's good even better. And it takes a different type of mindset to think like that. For me, that's a winner's mindset, and I think winners' mindsets can be taught, but it's up to the individual. You can't make the individual want to learn or listen. But yeah, Lil Titan said, "We ain't here for negative people." I mean, we're not here for negative people, but negative people are a part of what we do, the yin and the yang, the balance. Hitman said, "Just subbed up." I appreciate you, Hitman, for subscribing to the channel. Hopefully I can bring you some more entertaining content as far as what I do in my space. So let me ask you, as a new subscriber, we do sneaker content around here. What kind of sneaker content are you interested in? Is it just the reselling portion? Is it stock numbers? Is it up and coming release information? Is it just Jordans, or is it what is it that you like to see when it comes from me as a content creator in the sneaker space? But yeah, that was like something that was weighing heavy on my mind because um again, like I said, a lot of my fellow content creators and friends, we were talking about that. And I don't like to see people in general in a bad headspace when it comes to their creativity and them trying to improve and better themselves. And I definitely don't like to see people that I know personally or that I'm close to in a bad headspace. So I'm just kind of gauging where you all are, where you all are at mentally, so that maybe I can pick up some pointers and then take that back and share with some of my fellow content creators. And in that retrospect, be able to create better content all around for you all, the viewers, and like I like to say, the family members and the people who like to uh, uh, create a connection, because a lot of viewers and subscribers create connections with the individuals that they're watching. And that's a lot of times why viewers get so upset with content creators. So I try to look at everything from all perspectives. Hitman said up and coming Jordan release info, stock numbers, things like that, plus anything else that you're interested in talking about. Okay, so you're like the all around individual. Um, any helpful information that can put you in the right direction is something that you enjoy, or anything that opens your eyes to something new is something you're interested in hearing. Okay, so that's cool. That's cool. I wish everybody that came into this space was as open-minded as you are, but not everybody is open-minded, and hopefully I can build a community within my space, in my little small space of open-minded individuals, because I try to stay open-minded, even though I can be stubborn. I try to stay as open-minded as possible. um Marcus Crowns Kick Steven said, I like boots to the ground. I like boots to the ground content, live cops, retail shops, campouts, and basically outside content. Okay, so you like IRL kind of content. That's pretty cool. I have so many videos just in the archives where I've done uh live cops or shop with me or going to the store, and I've just never uploaded it to YouTube because I never figured it would be like interesting. I don't think I really know how to act when doing something like that out in the public. It's really kind of weird to carry a camera around, and some spaces you can't carry a actual DSLR and record because you're dealing with a lot of different companies, and they have you know imagery issues or things like that, the way they want to be portrayed, and they want to be portrayed the way they want you to portray them. So a lot of malls tell you that recording is not accepted or not allowed, but you can use your camera because a cell phone camera is considered um not professional equipment, even though a cell phone camera is getting just as good as a DSLR. I mean, you can shoot in 8K with a cell phone camera now. So, um, yeah, but I'll definitely try to do, mall pickups and things like that. Driving down the road, going to different stores and stuff like that. The last time I did a video where I was recording while I was in the mall, I had some young ladies like jump in my video and talk and do all of that. And it just gets weird sometimes, man. And people watching you record yourself. And then a lot of people get like really rude thinking that you want to record them. So it's really hard to get like good angles and things like that. But I mean, I'll definitely push for more content like that for you now that I know that there is a request for it. But speaking of pickups, and I'm gonna do a video about the this release, but um Jordan shoebox again with the usual content. I'm sorry at this point in time, but this is the closest thing I have to me. But I did pick up the Jordan 14 Wolf Gray, aka Cool Gray 14s, that I believe is going to be an underrated release. Now, $210 was the retail pricing. I think that's about 230, 240 pounds or European currency. But correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not too sure. I haven't done the exchange rate in a long time, but I did pick these up. A very underrated shoe, in my opinion, especially with the release of the Trophy Room Jordan 1 lows. This kind of fell wayside, and then you have the UNC nines or the Carolina Blue nines that dropped. Those were the two most talked about releases for the week of the 23rd. And then it was these. And I forgot the Plum Dunks. The Plum Dunks beat these out as well. But then there were these, man. And these are just really, really, really good quality suede on the toe. Really thick, hairy suede. This different color tone of gray. And they really complement each other well. And then you got this hit of silver and you got this open vent modeled after the Ferrari. And this is kind of, I'm doing like a little short review, even though I did recorded a review, but there's like 12,000 of y'all in here. So hopefully 20, 40, 50, 500,000 will watch the video. But yeah, really lightweight shoe, very comfortable with zoom in the forefoot and in the heel. Extremely comfortable shoe, man. A great shoe for springtime wear, and it is going to be a really good springtime shoe for 2024. Just make sure you spray some protectant on any suede shoe, Nubuck, Durabuck, any kind of shoe of that material, because it will collect dirt fairly easy. Another shoe that I'm glad that I'm going to be that I'm glad to be able to bring to the channel is the Adidas All-Star Ninja Turtles collab. I did hit on a pair in my size. Now that's something different for the channel, and that's something extremely different for me because I hate, did I say All-Stars? I meant Superstars. Because I hate Superstars, aka shell toe Adidas. It never made sense. The shell toe thing never made sense. And I get it. It's called a shell toe because the toe is shaped like a shell and it's extremely hard. But it was just ugly. It was an ugly design choice then, and it is an ugly design choice to me now. Now I know like the EU market loves the shell toes, but I absolutely hate the shell toes. But when I saw this Ninja Turtle shell toe collab, I fell in love with it. And it will probably be the very first and only shell toe you see on this channel. I do have other Adidas, like I've said before, but there won't be any shell toes. I will buy a Samba before I buy a shell toe, another shell toe. Now I do have a Lego shell toe Adidas, but that was what my mom got me for Christmas. Thank you, Mom. Shout out to you. I love you. That was one of like the best, not for Christmas, a birthday gift. That was one of the best birthday gifts that she could have gotten me, because to me it signified that she finally gets and understands what it is I do as a content creator and a shoe collector. And that really means a lot to me, because my mom is like really hard nosed. Like she shows tough love. So yeah, that's another shell toe that I have, but it's technically not a shell toe. Nitro said to get people to watch videos, lick the bottom of your shoe like Fat Joe. Nah, 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 I ain't licking the bottom of those shoes. That was more of a 2018, 2019, 2020, even 2021. I'm stuck in the house kind of thing. Nah. Licking the bottom of a shoe ain't for me, Nitro. You won't see that. Um, Superstar slash shell toes are the same shoe. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're the same shoe, but you know the name. Um, both Sambas and shell toes, I like both of them. Oh, okay. So Samba content, Nitro. Would you be interested in Adidas Samba content or Adidas content in general? Because you've been a long time viewer and a long time associate of mine, and like I know you don't like Jordan right now. You don't like Jordan brand right now. You don't like Nike brand right now. You feel very strong about that content. So what other kind of content would you like to see? And I know you're a content creator as well, but just because you're a content creator doesn't mean you don't watch other content. Um, Hitman said, nice. Those are bangers. Shells actually look like a turtle shell. Leather looks really like turtle skin, and the blister pack presentation is sick. Yeah, that's what really drew me to it, because of course, if you collect, I don't care what it is you collect, you are a collector, and there is like a certain like mindset that collectors have. And I'm a huge fan of Ninja Turtles since I was a kid. I don't care. That blister pack that it came in gives me that huge vintage vibe, and toy action figure collector vibe. Like you said, the leather on there looks like real skin. The shell toe looks like an actual shell. They have the little thing at the bottom of the laces. That's a turtle mask, which is a nod to the original look of the Ninja Turtles that was in the comic. For those of you who don't know, a little spoiler alert of the video that's coming soon. There is a rip tab on the back of the blister card, and there is an actual comic inside of that pocket. Now I don't know if the laces are inside of that pocket as well. Will I rip open that blister card? I don't know. I don't know. I think I might, just for the sake of the review. Or I might change my mind. I don't know. I don't know. But if I do decide to open it, I'm just gonna get another pair, because that's also a good display piece just in the unopened form. And that's something that I'm probably gonna sit up there and on that shelf. I'm gonna move all of that stuff up there, and I'm probably gonna like start putting like sneakers and like streetwear stuff on that shelf, because that's pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. This is not going to be like my permanent sneaker room setup kind of thing, but you know, it's going to be something. I don't know. I don't know, for temporary. Yayo Salsa said, "Hey, yo, what's good? Yeah, yo, man, glad to see you here. 22,000 in the building. If you could, please hit that thumbs up. All my ghost watchers, all the people who are, you know, frequent viewers of my channel, all the people who are new viewers of my channel, please at some point in time hit that thumbs up. And if you're a ghost watcher and you're new around here, please consider subscribing to the family and doing all that good stuff. I appreciate it. On the road to 1,000. Gonna do a giveaway at 1,000. I know throwing giveaway thought processes out there is not the best way to obtain true subscribers or true family members, but I'm just letting y'all know in case, you know, a little bit of extra incentive. Um, Nitro said, I watch a couple different videos about some shoes. Right now, I've been watching a lot on foot videos to see how people style shoes or laces. So, okay, Nitro, you like on foot videos. I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there as well like on foot videos and how to style videos. And I was talking about that earlier. I think I'm going to get back into that. My earlier videos were on feet and a little bit of the how to style. You could see that when I would do like the walkaways and then the walk forwards and things like that. I think I might get back into that a little bit, you know. Now, my style might not necessarily work for everybody, but how to style is just an idea for you to just take and either copy it to the T or improve on it. It's always room for improvement, I always say. G Face said, what's good, HGK, man? What's good, G Face? Nothing, just chatting it up with y'all, trying to figure out what you all would like to see from us content creators. Run it up, chat says G Face. Yeah, run it up, run it up. Nitro said he'll open the box once his pair touchdown. Oh, so you got a pair of the Ninja Turtles superstars. Shoes Up Sleeves Down said, as someone who has spent a fair amount of money on Ninja Turtles and shoes, my dislike for shell toes is strong enough that I didn't even consider them. Yo, that's gotta be a super strong dislike. That means you dislike them more than I do. Um, because I'm on the same page as you. And for whatever reason, like these Ninja Turtle shell toes won me over. And I know you're an Adidas guy, more so a runner or a trainer type of individual because you have a lot of runners and trainers and things like that. But I know you do a lot of Adidas content. For anybody who is just strictly wanting to see content about trainers, AE, Asics, Adidas, gel lights, anything like that, uh, check out Shoes Up Sleeves Down. I highly suggest it. He's straight to the point, no nonsense kind of individual, and he gives a lot of good information in a short time span. Burt Collins said, on foot lace swap videos have always got me decent views. Okay. But that takes a lot of time, man. That's a lot of work. Uh I don't know if I have that kind of time or that kind of energy, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm trying to add things and I'm taking in you all's advice and things like that. So I'm definitely taking it in. I'm writing it down on my mental notepad to get ready to install in the updates in my up and coming videos. Now it won't be in any of the up and coming 3 to 4 videos, but I'm gonna try to slowly make changes within the next couple of videos because the ones that are coming up next have already been shot and I'm getting ready to edit them now. So yeah, just bear with me though. Straight Paper Chase said I ordered 2 pair of those Ninja Turtle shell toes as they are a nostalgia piece for me. You know what? I wanted 2 pair, but I hit on the Adidas Confirmed app. I hit on the draw, and then all the other websites, my size, the size 10, completely sold out. Now I did see sizes around 8 and below sit for a good little while. Maybe like a 9 and below, they sat for a good little while, but 10 and up, they were gone. So I couldn't get a second pair. I might have to go to like eBay to get a second. Well, I know I'm gonna have to go to like eBay, maybe go. Hopefully the price will fall and I can get a second pair for a good price. But yeah, double up was my idea as well. G Face said, I just got here, but I just want my content creators to have fun and love what they're putting out because that's when the love really starts showing up. That's true. I mean, that is so very true. That's why for me, I don't drop as many videos as a lot of other sneaker creators because I'm not doing it just for the sake of just to do it, to kind of like force in subscribers or to like overly make myself known. I guess all that kind of falls hand in hand. I put out content because I believe in what it is I'm talking about. I either agree with it strongly enough to talk about it, or I disagree with it strongly enough to talk about it. There's never anything that I put out there just because, just for the sake of it. A perfect example of me strongly disagreeing with something but still putting the content out there was the Born and Raised. Around the time that the Born and Raised SB Dunks dropped, I wanted a pair of Born and Raised, and I also heard about the quality of Born and Raised things. And I happened to see a Born and Raised NFL collab hoodie that featured all of the NFL teams except for the Dallas Cowboys. I picked up a hoodie from Born and Raised in my favorite team. And when I got the hoodie in, I was excited to get it in. It was $130. It was an extremely expensive hoodie for hoodie's sake. And I was extremely excited to get it because it was of my favorite team. And it was Born and Raised, man. Like, they do good things for the community, for so of what I've heard. And when I got it in, it was terrible. It was a terrible, terrible product. If that was the staple piece for their first impression, it was a horrible first impression, a horrible first impression. And the way I look at things is every single product you put out there should be thought of as your first impression. So everything you should put out there in the world, you should be able to say you feel like you're proud enough of it to put it out there. Even if it might not be the best, it better be the best you could do at the time because it's going to be your first impression, regardless of how many impressions you put out there. That's what I want to say. But I did put a video out there about how I felt about that collaboration and that product, and I did show something comparable for half the price. So yeah, that's an example of me not liking something but making a video because I don't like it. I like to keep it real with you all, and I like to be, so to speak, the guinea pig for it. But yeah, that's just one example. And of course, you know about me putting something out that I strongly agree in, like these 14s right here. Nitro said, then most of my popular views come from on feet and clothing review as well, how-to videos. Okay. My quesadilla vid gets the most traction. I like all good content. Okay. Most of style comes out about runners, streetwear, mix it up a bit of different sports styles. Okay. Emily Gambler said, "What's good, bro?" Nothing much, Emily, man. Just talking about just chopping it up with y'all, trying to do it a little bit more personal than doing like the whole professional-ish stream yard or stream lab kind of setup. I'm doing it on the mobile, long form content because to me this feels like more of a behind the scenes, more personal, more engaging. Trying to see what you all want to see most from us content creators. Nitro, as how by the way, how is everybody on this Sunday or Monday, depending on what time zone you're in? How is everybody? How's everybody doing? I forgot to ask, man. How rude of me. Come on, man, get it together. We're family here. Nitro said, as well from past views, got titles from do not buy before watching this. And like who was it before? Hitman. Not what was it, Hitman? Let me see. No, Jamil. I'm sorry, Jamil. Like Jamil said before, it's got to be hard being a content creator trying to do something that's already done. I feel like watch before you buy is so overused. I mean, it sounds nasty just to say it. Like, don't watch this. Don't buy without watching. It just, it just seems boring. It just seems like I don't even know, man. It just, but and I've tried it before, and I just felt I've never felt so unoriginal in my. I don't know. It's hard to explain, and not everybody thinks like that. But for me, it just didn't feel right. But I do see that title might be getting a lot of views and traction. Let's see. Uh, Neil Kimmon said, "I don't like shell toes, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are appropriate and would be a nice collection piece." Exactly. It just makes sense. It's one of those. "Ah," the light of the angels shine down on the whole shell toe name and just created the perfect situation in the Ninja Turtles X Adidas shell toe collab, and it I don't know, and I don't even have the shoes in hand yet, and I'm just extremely excited about it. Um, Nigel said took L's on Adidas confirmed out for the Ninja Turtle shell toes and won a pair from JD Sports. These vertical lives been helping folks with the views and subs. Keep doing your thing, man. I never even thought about it. This is the first time like I've ever done a vertical kind of live, and again, it just seems more personal. It like if I were watching a vertical live stream, just the fact that it is vertical makes me want to interact with the person that's doing the live. It's just cool. It's just a slight variation to the invention of the wheel that YouTube has decided to come up with, and it just works. I mean, it's crazy. Um, I don't record sometimes. Enjoy thrifting and hunting at flea markets. Thrifting videos did really well for a really long time. Especially during the pandemic, thrifting went bananas. And then all of a sudden, thrifting just took a nosedive, and people just lost interest, and it's become like the bargain basement, subculture of YouTube. I don't know what happened to thrifting because I know what happened to thrifting. Thrifting became oversaturated. People turned it into like a reseller's paradise, but an actual uh thrift shopper's nightmare, because people who actually need clothes for cheap, because thrifting is for people who don't have a lot of money, who can't afford it. But the greedy got a hold of that because it was popular on YouTube and turned it into a nightmare. They take thrifted clothes and sell them for ridiculous prices when they were meant to be sold to people who don't have a lot of money. And that I'm glad that thrifting kind of died as far as YouTube, because YouTube made it terrible for the people that thrift stores were intended for. So I'm okay with that. Um, Special Teresa said, "Yeah, this is dope, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you. Glad to see you here." Um, Burke Collins said, "Blessed. Hey, man, blessed and highly favored, man. I hope everybody is blessed as well." Marcus Crown Kick said, "You should document getting that closet in order." All right. So for those of you who do not know, who are not familiar, um, my closet is a nightmare. I've got over 500 pairs in a basic bedroom walk-in closet, front to back, and it is impossible to get in there. My closet was supposed to be a really huge walk-in closet. Well, there's only about 2 foot of walk-in space in my walk-in closet that's supposed to be maybe like 10, maybe 15 feet deep. And I don't know the width, but it's pretty doggone wide. And I've got shoes stacked up, maybe I can tell you it's from floor to ceiling, and it's stacks of maybe I think like 15 to 20 pair in each stack. And my closet has become somewhat of a like a myth or a legend in my small space or within my family. Um, if you go to my Instagram, homegrown underscore kicks, and you scroll down far enough, or J got kicks, however it is put on there, but I know it's under homegrown underscore kicks. But if you scroll all the way down and you look for the video, in one of those videos, it is a quick look at my closet. Nasty work, man. So if you don't believe me, do a little research. It's there. It is definitely there. For me, just doing good, doing laundry. It is Sunday. Sunday is laundry day. I did laundry yesterday, so I'm just kind of chilling, getting ready to edit some videos for the short time I have, and then get ready for bed to go to work because I got to get up stupid early in the morning, unfortunately, and then come back home, edit some videos, and then hopefully drop those videos. Either I'm gonna try to squeeze it in on Monday, but drop the video either Tuesday before we go live. For everybody that's new, I go live on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. The Soul Connection. We talk about up and coming releases, previous releases, and everything else in between. But and I might do the vertical while I do that live, kind of like a behind the scene. Oh, that'll be dope. That'll be dope. I tried to do kind of this kind of thing with what is it, TikTok, and it didn't work, man. TikTok, people are weird on TikTok. I don't know, but I do have a TikTok as well. Same thing, homegrown kicks. If you want to go over to TikTok, sometimes they get content. You all get content on TikTok before you see it on Instagram or YouTube or X. All of that kind of content creator nonsense that we do in order to make ourselves more interesting and make all of our platforms more interesting as well. And Nitro said, Mario said, or when the title starts with warning. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, some of those things are so cliche and it just feels gross to do. Um, like, if I see a title that says warning, I'm expecting something extremely serious and like something that I feel like it won't rot my brain, and not to say that the helpful information that like sub content creators gives are not as high in value, but I'm just saying something like what's the weather gonna be like tomorrow, or what the world economy, what's going on in the world economy. When I hear warning, I want that type of level of information, not warning. Look at this shoot. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm tripping. Um maybe I'm the wrong type of sneaker content creator for today's day and time. But Nitro said as well, get some ideas now from YouTube Studio under the research channel. Yeah, I've gotten some ideas from the YouTube Studio thing, and it is very helpful for my subspace, for my genre. So it just takes a lot of extra time away from doing the actual content and editing the content. And I know you say extra time; it's only a couple of seconds and things like that, but you still have to stop doing what you're doing, focus on that, go into the app, search it, make sure you remember it, because you can't copy it and paste it and do all of that just to be able to pick up some views and push in the YouTube algorithms and things like, man, YouTube is the craziest, most underappreciated job that any individual can have, man. I don't know. It's crazy that we do it for almost no kind of recognition. I don't know. I don't know how, but y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm saying. Yayo Sosa said, doing better that my trophy rooms are here. Beat the final boss. LOL. How are you, my brother? So I didn't hit on the trophy rooms. I did go for them. I didn't hit on any avenue that I tried to get them on. Not sad about it at all. I'm glad you were able to get a pair of trophy rooms. Let us know how they are on Tuesday. Let me know if you want to come up on the Tuesday live to talk to us and show off your trophy rooms. That'll be dope. But yeah, man. I'm good. How are you? The long-winded version. Hitman said, I hope these military blues are easy to cop. I camped out at Dick's Sporting Goods at 4 a.m. to get my breads. Um, I'm gonna say this. So there's rumored to be 800,000 pairs, 800,000 pairs of the Air Jordan 4 military blues or industrial blues as they're calling them worldwide. 800,000 pairs worldwide. In the US, there's only 400,000 pairs. Um they're not going to be a cakewalk to get because Nike and Jordan brand, they're reducing the amount of product that they're making and putting out there going forward. They're reducing the stock numbers. Um, and speaking of, and I this was on my mind a while ago, and I forgot to say something. I got distracted per usual, my ADD. But um, there was a huge report about Air Force Ones, and we were talking about Air Force Ones earlier. The Air Force One stock is being reduced. So they're not going to be making as many Air Force Ones as they once were. And that's if they're doing it with the Air Force Ones, you guaranteed, and you better understand that they're going to be doing it with the Jordans, they're going to be doing it with all other Nikes, Air Maxes, so on and so forth. So to answer that question, the military blue or the legend blues is not going to be a cakewalk. So I don't suggest you just think that if you get up and go on a website like Foot Locker or JD Sports or Finish Line or DTLR or something like that, that you'll just be able to get on your open up your computer or open up your web browser on your phone, type in the website, click on your size and get it. Nah, that's not gonna happen. But I will say this: if you put in maximum effort, and I say maximum effort, uh, that's what I mean when I say do your due diligence, put in your footwork, you are more than likely guaranteed to get you a pair. Um, I think this will be less stock than the reimagined Bread fours, and those were still difficult to get. So wrap that around your mind. Wrap that around your brain. Um, I was able to get like I said, 4 or 5 pairs of those, um, and that's because I live in a major city, and I'm surrounded by some of the most bigger malls. So like if you're in a smaller area, oh, you better put your footwork in. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying about that. And then the closer and closer we get to release time, there'll be videos reminding you all and telling you all like the open raffles and things like that. And if you're in the American market, what European stores will be available that are shipping to the US, and then what European stores will be available for my European watchers that you all can enter raffles in and things like that. And if I don't put it in a video, because I try to keep them as short as possible, because as you all can see, I can talk forever. I'm a rambler. But if I don't put it in a video, I'll make like a Facebook post in my group, or I'll make like a Instagram post of a list of stores like that. Facebook is going to be more so like my Discord. I don't know if I'm going to start a Discord yet, because those are extremely complicated, at least for me, to figure out. And like it's impossible to run a Discord by yourself. Um, Neil Kimmon said the execution on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collab is on point, regardless of whether you like the shell toe. I'm reaching back when I get a chance. Uh, I grew up on the OG comic. I grew up. Okay. I'm glad I could read. I could figure that out. I grew up on the OG comic. Nope, man. See, look, I got you, Neil. I got your back, just like you got mine. We family. That's what we do around here, man. I got you. Great point on thrifting, said Mario. Thank you, man. Marcus Crown Kick said, I hated shopping at Goodwill when I was a kid, so I never got into thrifting. And that's what I'm saying. Like the people that got into thrifting at the height of it, they were never even interested in thrifting. They just did thrifting for views to bring in money. Like, and them being selfish, trying to bring in views, they were taking from individuals who actually needed the clothing. Because a lot of times they would thrift and either destroy the clothes, or they would thrift and sell them on their own personal websites for higher the dollar amount. And it would be like some really good stuff. And I don't know. Brown Cement 3 is coming this fall. Interesting. Brown Cement 3s. Ew, like, Brown hasn't looked good on the 3s yet. I think the elephant 3s or the desert 3s or whatever, those were bad. The Neapolitan 3s, those were bad. I haven't seen a 3 yet that looks good in brown. So I don't know about these. Oh, excuse me. I got hiccups. I reserve the right to change my opinion at any point in time, but like brown and 3s right now, in my visual perspective, don't go together. Neil Kimmer said, I did laundry today too, LOL. Man, Sunday is laundry day, man. Every adult does laundry on Sunday. For me personally, camping out anymore, would rather try to use the time. Oh, for me personally, I don't camp out anymore. Would rather try to use that time to work on different hobbies. I got you too, Nitro. I got you, buddy. Yeah, I can understand that, man. I can understand it. There's a lot of danger when it comes to camp. A lot of danger, a lot of ignorance, a lot of possible wasted time when it comes to camping out. It just, I don't know if the pros outweigh the cons, but for me, sometimes it seems like the cons outweigh the pros, especially looking at a lot of these videos of campouts where it gets serious. And I've been at a camp out myself, and that one camp out was for the Spider-Man, the very first Spider-Man Jordan 1s, and it got ugly. It got ugly, but I did get my shoes. Me and my friend, we got our shoes. Doing camp outs, don't suggest doing it by yourself, but to each their own in these new days and times. Everything is a year out. Expect 2025 to be more exclusive. That's what we said about 2024. We thought 2024 was going to be a lot more exclusive. I do, in a sense, agree with you on 2025, but I have a strange feeling that as soon as 2025 hits, Jordan Brand and Nike are going to do their usual pushbacks, even cancellations. It's just it's a cycle. It's a cycle. So I don't ever really expect anything when it comes to them. The only thing I expect is that it may drop at some point in time. That's what I like to say. That's what I believe at this point in time, man. I appreciate all 16,000 of y'all for tapping in and hitting that like button for me on this more personal feeling vertical live. That's vertical, right? And horizontal is that way. I always get that confused, but y'all got me. Y'all got me. Mario said, put the work in for the industrial blue. Yeah, definitely put the work in. Nitro, as well, know a lot of people, not just Nike, bunch of companies raising prices from raising prices $5 to 15 to 20 increases. That is the thing I'm going to talk about Tuesday. So Nike increased, not only did they increase the price on little kids shoes, toddler shoes went up $5 from 75 to 70, and then even some you see them at $80. Like the Bread for Reimagine toddler sizes were $80. And some other ones before, but Nike and Jordan have been playing with these price hike increases. They've even readjusted what is a little kid and a toddler shoe, because toddlers used to be from what was it, 1C to 13C, and then like you had a small gap of 1Y to 3Y, and then somewhere in the gap in between there was like 3Y to like a size 6 or 7. But now they've like regrouped everything and resituated everything, and it's I don't know, man. Nike things. Burr Collins said, I camped out for the breads at DSG and got there at 4 a.m. Most everyone was grown and it went smooth. Sometimes adults know how to act like adults and take the wins with the losses and take the losses with the wins and just keep it moving. Other times, adults can be some of the biggest damn crybabies, especially when they know that the shoes are less likely to get. And I mean, now a lot of times they do some stupid things, like they'll camp out, hold a spot for their friend while their friend sits at the house, warm and comfortable and chilling, call up the friends, and the friends will jump in line with them, which means they'll jump in line ahead of you. And it's all for the purpose of reselling. And it won't be like 1 or 2 friends, it'll be 5, 6, 10 friends. And you start to look like, oh hell no, I know the shoe is already limited, and you bring in 10 of your friends that didn't have to go through what you or I had to go through sitting out, and then it gets ugly and things like that. And I mean, but it's always good to see when people know how to act accordingly and do the right thing and respect the line, or peace of mind or common sense. Ryan McPherson said, have you ever considered making content about other topics? Other topics. No, I have not considered making content about, well, yeah, I have. Yes, I have. So I collect figures, and I have a content page on Instagram about like action figures. I was a huge collector of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like I said, I was a huge fan of Ninja Turtles. So I have Ninja Turtles from all the way dating back from the 80s, early night, I think the 90s. Yeah, the 80s, because the cartoon. And up until a little bit now-ish. And I was a really huge fan of Power Rangers as a kid, so I have a really huge Power Rangers collection. And I do like figure collecting as a hobby on the side, as well as like, I guess maybe like prop collecting, because I shop on Hasbro Pulse. It's kind of a bad habit I have. When I have a nice little drink, I'll go late night shopping and buy a lot of things that I don't necessarily need or want. Terrible habit, but yeah, I do content like that. As far as talking in front of the camera on YouTube, doing other kind of content and topics, I hadn't really given it much thought. Like, what do you think I would be suited for, or would I would work well in? Because I have a lot of people that have asked me personally, random strangers that I meet ask me when they hear me speaking if I do like radio, or if I do voiceovers, or if I do any kind of voice acting. And I tell them no, because I don't do it. But they always say, you have a really good voice, a really good speaking voice. You're well spoken and things like that for stuff like that. So it's always been in the back of my mind, but it's never been like a serious thought. Um, Neil Kimmon said, "Vertical Soul." It's not a bad title. Oh, doing like doing vertical format shoe content. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. I might actually, when I pop it up here, I might actually call it that. Definitely had experience before with people making camp out with ghost chairs. Not me seeing other adults get ugly. Hey, it ain't pretty. I've seen people that look like they might be in their 50s acting a fool. When Nike sneakers had a pop-up here in my city back in 2018, 2019, people standing in line, it got ugly. And I'm talking about grown adults, people who should have known better. It got really ugly. Um, from the Soul to soul lies. I think your perspective on music and sports would be worth hearing. Okay. Look, Ryan, you know I get pretty vicious when okay, so my thing is I'm really huge on accountability. I'm really big on saying what you mean and meaning what you say. And what is the word I use all the time? And I use it so much I can't believe I'm forgetting it right now. But uh I'm really big on being specific and intentional and uh semantics. That's the word. I use it all the time. Like that has become my catchphrase. I'm big on semantics because growing up, I've been defeated so many times by people who are um driven on the point of semantics and just like that nitpicking and micro picking out everything you say. I've been beat so many times by that I have, in a sense, perfected it. So when people say things that don't agree, like when people make statements and sentences that don't agree with the entirety of what they're saying, I tend to pick that out, and people tend to get upset with me and don't like me for that and things like that. Um, so I guess from that perspective, it might actually work. I can from what people have told me, I come off as somewhat of a know-it-all and like really cocky and confident, but I'm I'm the exact opposite of that. Now I'm confident in myself. I'm confident in myself to the point where if I don't know anything about the subject matter, you won't hear me say anything about it. I'll research it if I need to, but I won't speak on it. But if I know something about it, oh, I'm gonna talk about it and I'm gonna make sure that I get my point across, whether you get it or not. I'm gonna make sure that I do that. Neil Kimmon, I had every GI Joe from 1983 through 1991. I gave it to my cousin's son and found out later how much it was worth. Oh well. Oh, I hate when that happens. I had a Pokemon card collection. I had a huge Pokemon card collection, and I even had the first edition. What is it? Metallic. I forgot the name of it. With the shimmery crap on it. I had the first edition Charizard like that. And I took it to school. I took my collection to school, and I'll never forget it. This guy named Kyle Early. Kyle, if you're watching, you owe me 10 bands. You literally owe me 10 bands. But Kyle Early stole my card. He was a school bully. At the time, that card was worth about $100, which I didn't mind losing the $100. But knowing what it's worth now, I am super pissed. But he was the school bully. He wasn't necessarily a bully to me because I stood up for myself fairly well. But yeah, he stole that card. Um, uh, I told my teacher, they did nothing about it. But after that Charizard card was stolen, um, one of my good friends, I gave him a large portion of my Pokemon card collection, which looking at it now, those cards are worth at least $100 to $1,000 a piece, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, what did I do? But no sense in crying over spilled milk. It's over and done with. Um, Neil Kimmon said, let's see. Nitro said, I feel I feel it. Voiceovers about figure reviews. That's a pretty good idea. Neil Kimmon said, I don't know about sports opinions, Ryan. Remember that Matt Ryan argument? LOL, just kidding, HD. Look, I remember it like it was last night. I remember it like it was 2 seconds ago. Hey, he's one of the greatest. Um, of course, we can't measure him up to the past because football in the past is different. Football currently is different than football 10 years ago, where they were a lot more rough and tough. And if you compare football now to football from, I guess I would probably say 20 2012, 2010, and older, hey, yo, let me tell y'all, the NFL of today ain't nothing. So, it is what it is. But I stand by what I said. Hey, next. Ryan McPherson, Neil. Yeah, but he stood his ground. Knows more about Matt Ryan than any Falcons fan I've met. And that's what I'm saying. I will not argue about anything I have no clue about. Because the way I look at it, if you argue about something you know nothing about, you're just the next dumbass flapping his lips and making sound come out. And nobody really cares. When you actually know what you're saying, people are willing to go back and forth with you about it, or they might say, hey, this guy really knows his stuff, and I might want to leave it alone, do some research, and then come back, which I like for people to do that, because then it makes everybody smarter, and we all get something that we didn't know before. That's the kind of person I am. I like that. Neil Kimman said, as long as Big Homie doesn't chime in with oh my gosh, look, that R. Kelly, oh my, that whole little thing almost killed me. And he went on about R. Kelly for 2 weeks straight. Like, he was that bothered about that, and I just think that's the funniest thing ever. But yeah, gave my cousin my DS and DSXL, stopped enjoying it, and then my cousin, and let my cousin enjoy it. It's crazy how much DS goes for now. Yep. James Meyer said Matt Ryan is trash, and so is Kenny Pickett, and so is Russell Wilson. That's why you got rid. Well, yeah, I think y'all got rid of. Yeah, that's why you got rid of Pickett, and that's why Russell Wilson didn't come at a high dollar price. No, just what? No, I'm not playing about Kenny Pickett, or who? Wait, I don't even know who the Steelers quarterback is. So I mean, I don't even care. I don't even care. I was just saying it for entertainment purposes. Oh man, Neil said James Myers, LOL. Ryan McPherson said, nah. I feel it. But yeah. The subject for this behind the scenes, or Kenny Pickett. Okay, yeah, Kenny Pickett. James said Kenny Pickett is trash. So there you go. Even James agrees with me. Kenny Pickett is trash. But this was a live just to gauge where you all are in terms of what you all want to see as far as content. I hope that you all got an idea of what we go through as far as content creators. I definitely got an idea of what you all go through as viewers and what you all want to see. Again, I appreciate y'all for coming through. All 17,000 of y'all. I believe if I added up in total, we had about 50,000 people, and it might be a gross overestimation, a content creator kind of thing, but in my mind, we have 50,000 people in there, and I love it, and it's great, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all. For all of my new people, my ghost watchers, please consider subscribing. I've got content coming to the channel. I appreciate all of the new people for chiming in and listening to me flap my gums, and spending your time with me, because time is valuable. It's the most precious thing you have, and once you use it, you can't get it back. So thank you all for that. I think I'm going to end it here because we've kind of gotten way off the topic at hand, which is a good thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It is a good thing, because that means you all are comfortable with me, and I'm comfortable with you all, and you all have become true family to me. Thank you. Before I head on up out of here, I'm going to read a few more comments. Ryan McPherson said, I'll die on the Kenny Pickett hill. 14-10 wins over the last stats. Russell Wilson, let's ride? ? Nah, you only ride on pause. He was only riding when the horse was the thing. Now he's got to come up with a new slogan for the Steelers. Maybe he'll say something like, let's swing the hammer, or let's like make some iron. I don't know, something crazy like that. Cause yeah. Uh James Meyer said, I'm riding with Russ, but there's nothing to ride on. It's you all are the Steelers. You all are Steel Town. You're the steel market. There's no horses around. Marcus Crown Kick said Ryan TJ is why we went 14-10. Ryan McPherson, not at all. That's fallacious. Erroneous. Erroneous. Fields will be starting by week 7. I feel that. I'm on the train, so this gave me something to do. Oh, I'm glad that I could, help waste time while you're on the train. I'm glad I could be that entertaining content filler or time waster or whatever you might view it as. Justin Fields and Russ, that I'll take. Burt Collins said, let's weld. Okay, yeah. Ryan McPherson said, swing the hammer. LOL. Neil Kimmin said, let's weld. So with that being said, I'm going to exit it out per usual without saying nothing is impossible. Fight for everything you believe in. Don't let anything stand in your way, and dream hungry. Until next time, I will catch you all later. Peace. Don't forget, Tuesday nights, Soul Connection, we go live. All of my good content buddies, and you learn something really good along the way. Official Wild Boy, we're at the end of what we got going on, but I want to say salute, yo, glad you popped in. Until Tuesday, don't forget, I have What's in the Box coming, so I will make a post, select the number box that you would like to see opened on that live, and I guarantee you I will do it on that live. The last time we did it, it was a statue, and a lot of y'all liked it, so be on the lookout for that post. I'm going to do it now, and I'll catch you all later. Peace. Keep grinding. Thank y'all. I love y'all. Till next time. Gotta go. I'm hungry.